welcome. Seriously welcome to a John Legg fragrance review. You're very, very welcome to this channel, because this channel, it's a crazy fun hobby of mine, and to share it with you here on YouTube, well, that's the amazing bit. So I really, really appreciate your visit and your time. You know, I said to my line manager the other Monday morning, I said, did you manage to watch the video review that I did on the weekend? And you know what he said to me? He says, Leggy, I have enough of your rattle during the working day. I do not want to listen to your rattle on the weekend. And I was like, okay, nobody needs to get hurt. Calm down. Right, let me just explain. He can be, very grumpy on a Monday morning. To be fair, it's normally about Wednesday before he kind of thaws out and realises that you can't get away from the week. It's started, it's happening, and he has to run with it. But I caught him on an off time. Anyway, here's the crazy thing. He actually bought a fragrance that I had reviewed recently. So I think secretly he does watch these video reviews that I put on YouTube. And maybe you're the same. You know, maybe I come across as a bit annoying. You know, your Leggy's pinging up again, doing another video review. He's talking about Lattafa or something like that. But you know what? Maybe sometimes I am right. Sometimes I could be giving you an idea of a fragrance which you haven't thought about before. All right, let me talk to you. You know, I'm number one Lattafa fan. Leggy Lattafa, you know, same, one and the same almost. I'm going to talk to you about a Lattafa. It costs, for the 100ml eau de perfume on eBay, it cost about £15. And there it is. So it's a Lattafa's, I'm going to say this, NAJDIA Tribute. Okay? What's it going to smell like? Okay, you ready for this one? Okay, right. There are quite a few notes in this fragrance. Essentially, you're going to smell two. Okay, there's two of them. It's almost like a roller coaster ride, and these two fragrance notes all the way through the ride are like, whee! Okay, for the first hour or so, it's quite a loud, pungent fragrance. Okay, it really is a good projection. It fires off you, and because of the notes, and I'll talk to you about the notes in a minute, because of these notes, they are quite piercing. And trust me, for the first hour, this kind of, it goes wild. You know, it is a roller coaster ride, all the way. Okay, you're going to smell essentially a violet note and a leather note. There are other notes. There's a bit of ginger in there, there's a little bit of apple, there's a little bit of oud. Don't panic, the oud is not oudy at all. In fact, you wouldn't even tell it was oud. There's a little bit of amber in there, a little bit of sandalwood, and you know what? It is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. It is very piercing, quite sweet. You know, normally when violet is in a fragrance, it's almost borderline offensive because it's that sort of tangy floral. This, because it's paired with the leather, it meets its match with the leather. And essentially, the leather and the violet are having the time of their life. I say for the first hour, it's kind of quite wild. It will fill a room, you know what. After an hour, it dips down a bit and it becomes like a sort of a half arm's length sort of scent bubble around. It still trails off you, and for maybe another couple of hours it does that, and then about the 4-hour mark it kind of becomes a very close, sort of very intimate skin scent sort of thing. Okay, more than a skin scent, it becomes like a very intimate scent bubble. Someone comes right up close to you, they will smell it, but it's not really trailing off after you after about 4 hours. Okay. Now, I have smelt this sort of note before, this violet note, and one of the girls at work, she wears Marc Jacobs Daisy Summer 2022. It's a special edition, and I tell you what, the violet note in this is almost as piercing and as discernible as the violet note in that. You're going to say to me, Leggy, does that mean it's unisex? Sorry, does that mean it's feminine? No, this not. I would say this is very, very unisex with maybe a lean towards a masculine sort of fragrance. But you know what? A woman could definitely pull this off. Don't worry about that. Okay, it isn't that masculine that you couldn't pull it off. You know, it is great. What sort of season? I'm going to say it's a bright, energetic sort of fragrance. I'm going to say perfect for the summer months, for the warmer weather. I can't particularly see you wanting to wear this in the middle of the winter, although you could brighten up the middle of the winter with this fragrance because it has got a good sparkle to it. All right, so I'm going to say for £15, 100ml eBay, it's a very inexpensive fragrance. It is very, very, very good in terms of its projection. It's wild for the first hour. It's absolutely beautiful because the violet note, you know, it's there, it's on fire, it's having a great time, and the leather comes up, and those two are the ones that you're going to smell basically, and they pair beautifully, and it really smells high quality. Violet on its own can be a little bit sort of tangy. Leather on its own can be a little bit earthy, sort of, you know, too much skanky sort of thing. Put those two together and you end up with an absolutely fantastic fragrance. And that's all I've got to tell you, really. I know, right, okay. I really appreciate you coming to this channel. I would love a little thumbs up, especially you, my line manager, please, if you're watching this, thumbs up, and I'll ask you if you've watched it. And if you would consider a subscription, that would be awesome, and I'd love you to stay safe. I'd love you to spray that fragrance every single day, and the weekend as well. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.